Yeah. Nita's there. Nita, grab it. Here you go, people. Good boy. Good boy.
Anybody would think it was their family who won the table.
Yeah. Yeah, you walk for them to hear down there. It's going. It's going.
That way.
Watch out for them.
That'll go.
Boy, cut it so that you can take it out.
What are you doing?
I wrote some notes.
Okay. There you go. We're waiting.
Can you hear me at the back?
Put the mic up.
I don't need this. Right, first of all, I'm here because of my...
Go!
I'm here because of my senior years. And it's not very often that my seniority, knowledge, beauty are recognised. So this is a big deal. First of all, I think we need to say thank you to all the people from all the families who have got this together for us over 12 months. I'm not going to mention names because I'll miss somebody, but I believe that it was Wayne and, who likes to be called Doc and Francis that thought it up in the first place. So it's been a great day, meeting people that we haven't seen for years, and also new ones, and some I've never even heard of. I'm sure Mum and Dad would have been pleased with the continuation of the line through all this. I wrote a good word here, but I forgot that. But never mind, you know what I mean.
Fornication is called.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I thought it was we had a very good upbringing, and when you... I hate this thing. And when we were young, you don't appreciate it when you're young, but when you grow up, you realise that things were good. We were taught manners, when to say please and thank you, to respect our elders, and to obey to a certain extent, but sometimes if you could get out of reach, you'd run away and disobey. But all the good things of life, and really we never had very much money, especially when Caroline Gordon and Neville and I were small. Oh. And you know, we didn't have spoilt the youngest ones. And we didn't have much in the way of material things, but Dad always had a vegetable garden, and when we were young, Mum made all our clothes. Coralie and I used to get a new dress for Sunday school, and then the old one went for school. And she also used to make, this Reefy's waving to me, she also used to make the boys' pants, and the boys had their pants lined with flour bags. This afternoon, while you were in the hotel, or wherever you were, I was sitting quietly at Eric and Susan's, and I read right through that book, and I found, the family trees were great, even though I was only a little twig, but I read right through them, and some of the things in them were very interesting, and some people had a great imagination. Especially Philip saying, my mum said I was a good little boy. I've never heard such rubbish. And I was very interested in one part of Frank's where he said that when he was at No Pier Road, he can remember the tank stand. Well, where the tap was. Well, I can remember that tank stand. because I accidentally left the top of the Jay's fluid there, and he drank some, and I got into terrible trouble, and I reckon that if he was stupid enough to drink it, he should have been in trouble. And it didn't do him any harm because he's still here, still drinking. We had some of the things that I sort of remember from that, you know, struck a note all these years was years ago. Gordon fell between the things on the wagon, the front of the wagon, and they thought he might have been kicked by a horse. So he went into the doctor in Opunake, and Coralie and I were so dead envious of him, for one, because he went to Opunake, and we didn't care about whether he'd been kicked or not. And the other thing, he had his bath out of turn. He had a bath when it wasn't his turn. Remember that? Another thing, I can always remember when Vera was born, not because she was born, but on the night she was born, it snowed. And the school bus got stuck on the way to school the next morning. And of course, Mum always went away to have the babies in the middle of the night. And of course, Dad wasn't organised, so we didn't go to school, and we were brassed off because we missed the snow. We always thought, just on any note, this is young people that laugh at that, we always thought Mum got the babies from the doctor's box. And you know, I reckon that's why I'm a spinster, because I never learned about the birds and bees. Anyway, it's been a great day, and thank you very much for everybody for what you've done. An old lady down.
You weren't an old lady when you were getting up there, you see.
I was elderly.
Just wait for Uncle Neville to hold his way up.
Uncle Noodle.
I'll tell you a few that you have probably covered.
Hold it up to your mouth. Eat a nice
All
drink.
these people, it's not a freaking lolly. Anyway, Eunice has probably told you most of the stuff, but when we were kids, we pretty well looked after. Mum never had a very big pouch. She put a lot of money and stuff in it. But, you know, she always managed to find a little lolly or some pacifier or something. And there was no, if you didn't get a feed as good as eating that one. Yeah, but we fancy, but it was full of good mashed spuds and cauliflower, and as Eunice said, Dad had a garden, and sometimes the spuds we had to go under the hedge and find self-sown spuds and things like that. And things were pretty good, but it was wartime, and I was 10 when the war ended, and you could hear Mum and Dad say, "I'll go out and play if you had visitors." They would, because they thought they were better than us, but there weren't radios, and we knew. I used to look under my bed for people with square heads. Germans. But all in all, it was pretty good, and Dad was, as the book would say, away. Sometimes I don't think we saw him till the weekends. He'd be doing somebody's hay or doing somebody's hedge. But that's down the village, and we went up on the farms, and I didn't mind the cows, the first farms. The more we went to, the more I hated the cows, and I still hate them every time I have a cows. But at Mrs. Pat's it was good. There was a mountain trout down there. I used to go down there with a big pin on a string and catch them, and Mum sort of made me feel good by cooking the old one, I think. And that's when I had to start milking those things. And then we went to Opunake. When we left school that day, we didn't know where we were going home to. And we got the message that Uncle Alf was taking us to Opunake. Dad had rented a house down by the river. We were there for a couple of years, and he probably got drowned in the lake. It wasn't good years. And then a couple of years later, we went up Partiki Road on another farm. The only good thing about the polio, it was on at the time. I didn't go to school for about 6 weeks. I never learned anything much when I did go anyway. But it was pretty good, and Eunice covered most of the things. But we went out on more farms, and Dad always, never always hard on his sleeve, but he had one. And Mum was pretty strict. We got our hidings, I got everyone's. But I remember Mum was very loyal to her kids. So one particular time we still go to Sunday school at Tiahama School. And Don Clark, some people know of him. He was sitting behind pulling my hair. And so I leaned round and belted him. So later on the day it was prize giving. So instead of saying this is for Neville, they said this is for the naughty boy. So the church was bloody near empty from there on, because Mum didn't send us anymore. But I can't think of anything else. But as the book says, he had some hard times, and sometimes you hated your father for kicking your backside, and Mum for making you sit there like some of the kids had to sit there and eat their cabbage they get tomorrow. But all in all, we had good family, good parents, and we didn't have many squabbles. Called each other dirty tit rags and all that sort of thing, cows, you know. But that's about all. I was thinking of lots of things, but somebody else probably say them anyway. I hope you enjoy yourself.